Hi everyone! So I have a reverse art haul for you today. Do you know what that is? Take your guesses! I will explain at the very end of the video. As per usual, links to everything will be in the description box below. Now let's just get straight into it, shall we? First up, I got some hand-painted Holbein color charts. Here in Thailand, Magello, Shinhan, and Holbein are rather affordable compared to other brands. I'm guessing it's most likely due to the close geographical distance. Anyway, I already have Magello's and Shinhan's dot cards, so I figured it would be useful to have Holbein's on hand for reference. It's not a dot card, but it's good enough for me. And the hand-painted gouache color chart was also on sale at the time, so I managed to snag that as well. I'm still quite new to gouache, so I thought it would be useful to have this one to gauge the actual color once they've dried. I hear the drying shift is opposite from watercolor, so I thought this would be useful. And then here I have Turner's acrylic gouache hand-painted color chart. I actually ordered the watercolor version but received this instead, so there was a bit of a mix-up, but it's fine. I don't think I'm going to get into acrylic gouache just yet, but oh boy, these pearl-looking colors are so gorgeous. Look at them shine! Next is Schminke's dot card of their 40 super granulation colors. I know many people have done multiple videos on this already, so I don't think I'll make a video on this unless maybe at least 10 of you tell me I should. I got this mainly because I find swatching new colors quite relaxing and fun, so this was for myself. And then I have here Sennelier's dot card. I got this off of Taobao and I'm so excited to swatch the whole range. The dots are tiny though, so I think I only have enough for one decent swatch, which means I'll be swatching right on this paper. It looks decent enough though. Please stay tuned for this one. Moving on, allow me to park some items on the table here. Alright, this tiny pad of Stonehenge colors. If I remember correctly, this is one of those sample products that you can buy from Jackson's. There are several colors in here, and the reason I got it is because the more I use colored pencils, the more I wonder how it would look on toned paper. And I believe toned paper comes in different colors and different tones, of course, and whatnot. So I thought this would be a good way to test out which type I like best, before committing to a whole pad of product, of course. This one is also a tiny block of watercolor paper by Jackson's. It's not a sample, but I'm treating it as such. I don't think I've seen a review on Jackson's paper blocks, so hopefully this tiny little thing will give me a good idea of how the paper is. And then here is Jackson's Studio Sketchbook. This is a repeat purchase. They're really cheap and I love them for quick, carefree test swatches. I don't aim to keep these sketchbooks. I'll probably throw them away once I'm done with them. Thankfully, I don't have anything in them that I'm attached to. If I do like anything that I've painted or swatched in these, I do transfer them to a sketchbook that I know I will keep. And then this Sea White travel journal. I got this one because I had been painting my Introducing Thailand series in another Sea White sketchbook. You can check out that video for more info there. I liked that sketchbook so much, so it made me want to try other Sea White products. This one has a hardcover that looks like faux leather, and it's 130 GSM paper that was specifically made for artists. Not sure what that exactly means, but hopefully there's some sort of sizing. I haven't tried this at all, so we shall see what the future holds. I shall keep you posted. And then this sketchbook here came in a pack of 4. I'm not sure if it's Jackson's brand or what, as it has Jackson's branding debossed on the back cover, but on the listing it just says Studio Essentials. Either way, I purchased this because I've been looking for a sketchbook that I could use specifically only for dry media. I've never been disappointed with Jackson's branded products, so I thought I'd give it a try. It also comes down to around $5 to $6 per sketchbook at 160 pages per book, and I think that's a good price. Of course, I was curious if it would take watercolor at all, and surprisingly, it's not so bad. Obviously not meant for wet media, but definitely did not bleed through the paper nor fall apart. I'm keen to see how I'll like this after I use it properly for a while. Alright, and then here we have Caran d'Ache's set of 18 colored pencils. I got this back during Black Friday sales and made a short video on it, so you can check that out later. I'll leave links to mentioned videos down below as well. Turns out I haven't been able to use much of it yet, as I've still been enjoying my Prismacolors, but you know, I'll get to it. And then Jackson's small brush case easel. I've been interested to get this for a while now, but it was never really a priority. Now that my brush collection is constantly growing, I thought it's finally time to get it. I'm not sure if I'll ever use the easel function of this, but it's definitely nice to have that option available should I ever need to use it. Moving on to watercolors now. This is Sennelier's La Petite set of 12. So basically Sennelier's student grade set of watercolors. I got this during Black Friday sale as well. In 2022, it was on sale for $10, and last year, 2023, I got it on sale for $12. I don't know if they'll have it on sale again at Black Friday this year, but I think it's highly likely. So you'll see that this is no longer new anymore. I definitely personalized it for myself. I didn't get a chance to make a video on it prior to the personalization, but if you'd like my opinion on this set as it originally was, well, the colors that came in the set are vibrant, but I definitely feel that it wasn't as pigmented as I'd like. Van Gogh watercolors are definitely more pigmented, so you guys know I'm a fan of Van Gogh already, but I still like this La Petite set much more than Cotman. Anyway, I also got some Jackson's watercolors to try, so they're like, artist grade watercolors, because I've had a couple colors here and there, but never a nice selection to make up a palette. So finally, I'll be able to get to test them out properly. Anyway, long story short, I put the Jackson's colors into the Sennelier La Petite palette, switched some out with my Sennelier artist grade colors, and that's what this is right here. I keep saying I'll make a video on it, but it's really low on my list of videos to make right now, so I do apologize. Maybe I'll make a community post or something, we'll see. Oh, and here is the Rosa Gallery Romantic set that I received from a kind and caring subscriber. I believe I briefly showed it in my Rosa swatching video. Anyway, we had discussed about me making a video for it for Valentine's Day because this is, after all, the romantic set. So it was fitting, but yeah, unfortunately I didn't really get around to that either. For the past several months, I've been struggling with moving homes, and commuting to work has been much more time-consuming. So overall, I feel like I've just been surviving and not thriving. Yeah, things still haven't settled yet, but I'm trying my best. And hopefully I will eventually get to this one as well. Please be patient with me. And then I have here Holbein's set of 30 watercolors. I also got this towards the end of Black Friday sales. I've already posted a swatching video of this, but let me recap for those who hadn't seen that. So I got this set for several reasons, mainly because I wanted to try more Holbein paints, and another reason is that I basically get Shibasaki Sensei's palette with this set. He's a well-known Japanese artist, and his palette, recommended for beginners, consists of 24 colors, 22 of which are included in this set of 30. Overall, it was a good price, and I'll be able to make use of most of the colors. So yeah. And then moving on to this jumble of a mess here. I got some Holbein colors, Perylene Maroon, Quin Violet PV19, and Umber. They're not colors that are essentials to my palette per se, but I felt like branching out and exploring some new options. Followed by some Roman small colors that I'm not sure if I mentioned that I got these, because apparently I did get them quite a long time ago, but somehow forgot to even open them and swatch. I honestly don't know what I was thinking. There is Neutral Tint, Shadow Violet Light, and Shadow Gray. I think I was trying to put together some sort of monotone palette of some sort, maybe. Ooh, and this next one is definitely one of the gems I discovered last year. I made a quick video about it already if you want to listen to the details there. I call it Jackson's High Capacity Slim Palette because I got it from Jackson's. It's slim and you could put lots of colors in it. I currently have some of my Roman small colors in here, making this my main Roman small palette. And here I am comparing it to a regular 24 half pan metal palette. As you can see, it's a lot slimmer. Moving on, I have two Egalo colors here, Meteorite Brown and Hokkaido Orange. I have previously swatched out Egalo's dot card, and Hokkaido Orange was such a beautiful granulating orange that I immediately added it to my wish list at the time, of course. And I got Meteorite because, well, I was and I'm still into earth colors, and it was one of the colors that wasn't included in the dot card, so I just had to try it. Oh, and of course, we can't forget Jackson's Permanent Alizarin Crimson Deep. So we all know PR206 had been announced as discontinued, but Jackson's still has it, and it's one of the cheapest options, especially if you get the 21 milliliter tube. I got just the 10 ml tube because I know it's not a color I'll use often, but I'd be happy knowing I have a tube should I ever want to explore it. And then one color each from Core and Schminke. Now I don't know how to say this, but for Core, it's Ardoise Gray, made with PBK19. It's a granulating gray and, well, I guess I like collecting pigments. I mean, I should have known by now, but yeah. And this was one I wanted to add to my collection. Same with Schminke here. This one is Hematite Black made with PG17. This pigment is mostly known as chromium green oxide, an opaque granulating muted yellow-green, but this Hematite Black is a granulating gray, so I was naturally intrigued. And now we have lots of Shinhan. Let me explain though, because I know people tend to shut down when they hear Shinhan. So I sort of started with these two colors here. You know I love Holbein's Cerulean Blue PB35, and well, I found that Mijello's is the same, so I wanted to try Shinhan as they're all brands from Asia. Turns out, indeed, all these Asian brands PB35 are the same, like the same hue, beautifully granulating. I love it. A nice warm granulating sky blue. And honestly, I'm so happy with this discovery because it means I can buy from any of these brands when I find any sale on it. And it sort of led me down a path to discover more colors from the Shinhan range. Some that may have been shown before and some that have not. I think I may have found a sort of like a secret truth that the brand has been keeping, so I'll make a separate video on that later as I will need more time to explain my hypothesis, and I'm also waiting for a few more colors. Okay, gathering the loose watercolor stuff together, arranging to look presentable for the camera. Alright, on to the brushes. This is Raphael's travel brush set of 3. I have a Raphael Squirrel mop brush that is over a decade old, so Raphael is a brand that is sentimental to me. Again, I got this one on sale. I got most of this haul on sale. I have no excuse to be buying full price products. Anyway, the brush case is really stiff, but it's genuine leather. It takes way too much space if you're trying to actually minimize your supplies when traveling, but I'd say it's a novelty type of item for me to own. What's special about this is that it has a big, heavy-duty clip here that you can use to clip to your sketchbook or elsewhere. The one thing I don't like about these Raphael travel brushes is that there are no names on the outside, no labeling whatsoever. No nothing. Like, how am I supposed to know which brush I'm taking out? Honestly, they could really improve on that. And then here is another travel brush I have had my eye on for a few years. It's Jackson's Synthetic Round Travel Brush. I think it was something like $8 or £8, and I thought it would be like a regular sized one, but this is huge. I mean, it's a size 9 brush. What was I thinking? It has Jackson's logo on the outside, a ventilation hole, comes with a reusable plastic protective sleeve, It's only available in one size though, but wow, the price is so good for such a quality product. Now you might wonder why I got this Crayola crayons set. Well, I use it for resisting watercolors, and you can check out that video for my painting process there. I actually started with Staedtler, and then I thought I'd upgrade to Caran d'Ache's Neocolor one, since they're supposed to be artist-grade water-resistant crayons. But I tried that, and it was just too soft for the way I use them. So I found this Colors of the World set, and while I may not use the dark colors anytime soon, there are at least 8 colors in here, the light colored ones, that I can totally use instead of a white crayon. I'm so happy that this set exists because otherwise I'd probably just buy multiple sets of children's wax crayons just to get the white one. And I'm sure a lot of you recognize this. It's R&K's Sketch Ink Waterproof Fountain Pen Safe Ink. My Balco waterproof ink is running low. Oh, by the way, this is the MS214 one, and it basically performs just like Platinum's Carbon Black. I made a review video a long time ago, so you can check that there. Anyway, so it's running low, and so I thought it's finally time to get a new bottle, and I've always wanted to try Sketch Ink, as it's like the most affordable and most accessible locally. And then, oh, here we have another Crayola product. This is the Super Tips markers, and I've been wanting this for literally years. You have no idea. It's not particularly an art supply, but as a stationery lover and hoarder, I feel like I'm finally able to treat myself to this beauty of a product. Because some of my markers dried up, but for the most part, I used them all up, and it was a nice time to invest in a new and complete set of markers. I'm so happy! Ah, okay, here is the official bullet journal by Leuchtturm. Not sure how you say that. Leuchtturm? I'm not much of a tech person, as I've said many times, so I like writing things down, and I've tried many different types of planners and notebooks, many of which weren't great fits for me personally, so when this became available on Jackson's, I bit the bullet and got it, and I've been using it consistently since September, so I'm really happy to know that it's a good fit for me. Though after this, I think I'm just going to get a regular dotted journal because this is rather pricey. A couple months ago, I actually took the time to set up this journal for the whole year, like the whole of 2024. So if you'd like to see a flip through, let me know and I can probably film a quick video for that. Okay, moving on, I have here some more brushes. These are Fumui's Squirrel Mop Brush, Sable Brush Set, and Travel Brush Set. I posted thorough review videos of them already, so please do check them out when you get the chance. I quite like them for their price point, and the quality is good too. Moving on to some pens and other writing instruments. I've already mentioned these Crayola Super Tips, and I also treated myself to the Zebra Mild Liners. Oh gosh, see, you guys, this is why I said I went overboard in 2023, and I'm determined to do well on my no-buy this year, okay? So you gotta, keep me accountable. And here is the white Neocolor one I mentioned earlier. It's absolutely fine and resists watercolor well, just fine, it's fine, but it's a tad bit too soft for me, so that's why I pivoted to children's crayons instead. The wax is just harder. And then I got these 3 water-based brush pens to mainly try which type I like best. There's Tombow, Acacia, and Sakura Koi. Tombow is the most expensive, and it's most popular for a reason. I prefer the feel of its brush over the other 2 brands as well. And then I have here lots and lots of waterproof pigment pens for bullet journaling, as well as sketching, ink, and wash stuff. I got them to try because I'm not into those typical fine liners. I just don't like the nibs on those. I'll see if I can put a picture up of what they look like in comparison to a regular 0.5 fine liner. I think I have one here that is from Shinhan, and that's mainly because I didn't know Shinhan produced fine liners and I just wanted to try it. Oh, I almost forgot to show this one. They're natural sponges from Jackson's. There are various sizes and textures. I haven't seen a dedicated review for this one yet, so this is one on my list to explore as well. Counting. Looks like I got a total of 8 sponges. Not bad, not bad. I do wonder what sort of textures I'll be able to get from this, so please stay tuned. Before I get to the final product, please allow me to give a special mention to a few products that I have already posted videos on. This Meeden ceramic palette that is great for color wheel studies or even as a studio palette to use large brushes with. These Ohuhu water-based markers. Ohuhu are more known for their alcohol markers, but I'm actually loving the water-based markers as the double-sided tips were well designed. One side is a brush tip for broad and organic strokes, and the other side is a fine liner tip for details and sketching. This Vake pen tablet that has me thinking about making designs for stickers. What do you think? And Rosemary's limited edition brushes. For the past few years, quill travel brushes weren't available open stock at Rosemary, so when these showed up, I just had to get them. It seems the squirrel is already out of stock, but I believe the sable is still available. Last of the special mentions, this My Mary Blue dot card and a couple other Italian products that I'm super excited to get acquainted with. And now the last product of this whole haul, Colleen's full set of 120 colored pencils. It's about $20 all year round and practically never goes on sale. But back in December, they were having a year-end sale and I had a coupon which brought the whole thing down to $10, like just $10. That had to be a sign, right? A little info. Colleen is actually a Japanese brand, but they relocated their manufacturing base to Thailand. Ever since I was young and for as long as I could remember, Colleen has always been widely available locally. They're student grade at best, but the reason I got it is because it's the same brand as the first rainbow pencil I got, and having swatched all these colors out, I can tell they're the same formula. They have a soft core, which leads me to believe they're wax-based. They also have a nice range of pastel and midtones, although I do think they could do with more muted and darker tones. And there we have it. That's the end of today's haul. If you saw any products that you would like to see more of or would like me to prioritize making a review on, please comment below and feel free to comment more than one product. So, did you figure out what a reverse art haul is? Well, you know how we all order stuff and then show what we bought before trying them? Or for my other fellow content creators, before we make a video on them? Well, I'd say a reverse art haul is a video format aimed to still be an art haul, but laced with a recap of previously posted videos. I think this could be good for anyone who creates a lot of content, especially mixed media, and it's a good video format to summarize your yearly content and possibly introduce things to a subset of audience that has never seen your other videos. If anyone does a reverse art haul, please let me know. I would love to see how you approach this content format. I haven't done an art haul video in a long time, so most of what you see in this video are things I got last year. I tried to be on a low buy, but things got out of hand and, well, yeah, that's why I'm really determined to make 2024 a better year with much, much less spending. And one very last thing before I go, a few people have seen my printed swatch charts for my palettes and expressed that they would like me to make them available. So I've put together a PDF file of printable blank swatch charts for the standard small, medium, and large metal palettes, as well as my favorite, the high capacity slim palette. I know we all organize our colors in half pans and full pans in various ways, so I've included more than 25 different unique configurations. All you need to do is print on A4 size paper. If you are interested for me to send you the file, just follow the instructions below. Well then, that's the end of today's video. As always, thank you so much for watching everyone. Don't forget to drink lots of water and stay hydrated.